The morning mist still hung in the valleys, soft and weightless like a dream that refused to fade. The path was narrow, a winding dirt trail that curved between towering cliffs and whispering pine trees. Birds sang faintly in the distance, and the scent of rain still lingered in the air. Master Li walked with quiet grace, his steps deliberate and calm, his robe brushing lightly against the ground. "Master," Aaron said, for perhaps the 10th time that morning, "how do I find peace of mind?" The master didn't reply. Aaron frowned, frustrated but determined to fill the silence. Still, the master said nothing. They continued walking until they reached a small clearing where a narrow stream cut through the rocks. Master Li stopped and turned to Aaron. "Sit," he said simply. The boy obeyed, folding his legs on a flat rock near the stream. "Tell me," Master Li sighed, "what do you see?" Aaron leaned forward. The master nodded. He placed the cup on the ground beside them and said, "Now, wait." Minutes passed. The sound of the stream filled the silence. Slowly, the dirt settled to the bottom. The master smiled. "This," he said, "is your mind?" Aaron tilted his head. "My mind. When you stir it with thoughts," sighed Master Li, "it becomes cloudy." Aaron watched the cup quietly, mesmerized by the way the dirt rested at the bottom, unmoving. "But master," he said after a moment, "how do I stop thinking? My mind just keeps talking." Master Li looked at him, eyes kind but firm. Aaron sat in silence, letting the master's words sink in. For the first time, he noticed the hum of life around him, the soft wind through the trees, the chirp of crickets, the rhythm of his own breath. The master stood and began walking along the stream. After a while, they reached a small village. The people there were busy, some carrying baskets, some shouting prices at the market, others arguing loudly about business and crops. Aaron wrinkled his brow. The master nodded, because their cups are always full. "Full of what?" "Noise," said Master Li. "Opinions, worries, pride." They walked past an old man hammering metal at a forge. Sparks flew as he shaped glowing steel. Aaron watched him curiously. "He looks calm," he said. "Yes," said Master Li. "Because when the mind is fully present, it forgets itself. The blacksmith isn't thinking about tomorrow. He's only here, with the hammer, the fire, and the steel. His work is his meditation." Aaron thought about that for a while. The master smiled. "No, peace is not escape. It's engagement without noise. To lie deeply, you must first empty yourself of the world's chatter." They continued walking until the sun began to dip below the mountains. They reached a small temple built into the cliffside. Its bells swayed gently in the evening breeze. Inside, candles flickered in neat rows. "Master," he said quietly, "when I sit still, thoughts come anyway. Memories, fears, plans." Master Li sat beside him. "When a storm comes," he said, "you do not stop the wind. You close your door and let it pass." The temple filled with silence again. Aaron breathed deeply. For once, he didn't try to push his thoughts away. One thought said, "You're not good enough." Another whispered, "You should be somewhere else." A third echoed, "You're wasting time." And yet, as they passed, each one faded, replaced by stillness. He opened his eyes. Master Li looked at him. "Now you see." Aaron nodded slowly. The master smiled. "Exactly. Emptying your mind doesn't mean removing everything." They spent the night at the temple. Aaron couldn't sleep at first. His mind, though calmer, still whispered. In trying to find peace, he had been running from it. Peace wasn't tea. Something to be found. It was what remained when everything else was set down. By dawn, he finally slept. The next morning, Master Li led him to a wide lake surrounded by mist. "This is what your mind can be," said the master. Aaron stared at the lake. For a moment, he saw his face ripple in the water. Then he let it go. He sat by the shore, closed his eyes, and breathed. He thought of the villagers, always rushing. He thought of himself, always seeking. For the first time in his life, his mind wasn't full. It was empty, but alive. He heard the distant cry of an eagle, the soft whisper of wind through the reeds, the gentle ripple of the water against the rocks. Master Li spoke again, voice soft as the morning air. "Remember this, Aaron. You cannot fill a cup that is already full." Years later, people would come to Aaron for advice. They would say, "Tell us how to find peace. Tell us how to be calm." And Aaron, now older and wiser, would smile. He would pour a cup of water, swirl a little dirt in it, and set it down before them. Then he'd say the same words his master once told him, "Wait." And as the dirt settled, as the water grew clear, they would begin to understand, not from words, but from stillness, because some lessons can't be spoken. Moral of the story: the world teaches you to fill your mind with information, noise, and ambition, but wisdom teaches you the opposite, to empty it. When you stop chasing thoughts, the truth begins to reveal itself. Peace is not something you create, it's what remains when you let go. To see clearly, you don't need more, you just need less. So breathe, be still, and let the dirt settle.